Ah, my dear viewers, gather round, for I have a spine-tingling tale to share with you tonight. It is a tale set in the cold, unforgiving embrace of the Ural Mountains, where 9 brave souls embarked on a journey that would lead them into the icy clutches of the unknown. Yes, tonight, we delve into the haunting mystery of the Dyatlov Pass incident. Our story begins in the frosty month of January 1959, when 9 intrepid hikers from the Ural Polytechnical Institute set off on a winter expedition. Led by the fearless Igor Dyatlov, this group of young adventurers was ready to conquer the treacherous terrain of the Ural Mountains. Picture it, dear viewers. The vast, snow-covered landscape, the biting cold, and the relentless wind that cuts through even the thickest of firs. The real world, with all its harsh limitations, set the stage for a journey that would soon spiral into the realm of the supernatural. The group, filled with camaraderie and excitement, began their journey in the town of Ivdel. From there, they ventured deeper into the wilderness, their spirits high and their hearts full of determination. Each step they took brought them closer to the treacherous heights of the Ural Mountains, and closer to their doom. As our brave hikers ventured deeper into the mountains, an unsettling sense of dread began to creep over them. The weather grew more malevolent, with howling winds and freezing temperatures that seemed to gnaw at their very bones. But it was not just the cold that chilled them to the core. It was the creeping, insidious fear that something was terribly wrong. Strange sounds echoed through the night, distant whispers, eerie howls, and the unnerving crunch of footsteps in the snow when no one was there. The hikers tried to dismiss these as tricks of the wind or their own overactive imaginations, but the fear was palpable, gnawing at their sanity. Each member of the group harbored their own fears. Igor Dyatlov, the steadfast leader, feared failing his team. Lyudmila Dubinina was haunted by a fear of the unknown forces lurking in the shadows. Alexander Kolovatov, the intellectual, feared losing his grip on reality in the isolation of the mountains. These fears began to manifest in their dreams, turning their nights into a battleground against their own minds. It is a feast for the imagination, is it not? As the hikers pressed on, they were beset by scenarios that played on their deepest fears. What if the strange noises outside their tent were not just the wind? What if something was stalking them, waiting for the perfect moment to strike? They debated whether to investigate or to stay hidden, paralyzed by the fear of both action and inaction. The footprints in the snow, not their own, only added to their terror. What if they were not alone in the wilderness? What if there was something or someone watching them, biding its time? The constant what-ifs created a suspenseful atmosphere, leaving them on edge and sleep-deprived, their nerves frayed to the breaking point. The once jovial group dynamic shifted to one of suspicion and unease. The hikers' interactions became strained, and the environment seemed to close in on them, the cold and darkness pressing in from all sides. The psychological horror of the situation intensified as the boundaries between reality and nightmare began to blur. Imagine, if you will, the howling wind outside their tent, a relentless reminder of the unforgiving world they were trapped in. The snowstorm mirrored the internal storm brewing within each hiker, their minds besieged by fear and doubt. The isolation, the cold, and the unknown combined to create an atmosphere thick with dread and foreboding. Ah, the pièce de résistance. As the tension reached its zenith, the hikers faced real, tangible danger. One night, their tent was found slashed from the inside, and they fled into the freezing darkness without proper clothing or footwear. The howling wind drowned out their panicked cries as they scattered into the night, driven by a primal fear. Some were found with strange injuries, their bodies showing signs of immense internal pressure without any external trauma. Traces of radioactivity added another layer of mystery to their deaths. Igor Dyatlov, determined to find and protect his friends, pushed through the snow, but the cold and fear were relentless. Alexander Kolevatov, fearing for his sanity, wandered in the dark, his mind breaking as he tried to comprehend the incomprehensible. Each body was a piece of a grim puzzle, but none of the pieces seemed to fit together. The search team that arrived weeks later found a scene of chaos and terror. The hikers' bodies scattered across the snow told a story of desperation and fear. Not far away, lying in the snow, were the bruised bodies of the group's leader, 23-year-old Igor Dyatlov and 22-year-old Zinaida Kolmogorova. It looked like both had been trying to return to the tent when they died. Some days after this, the body of 23-year-old Rustem Slobodin was also discovered. He had a fractured skull. The remaining hikers were found in a ravine near a shelter they'd attempted to carve out of the snow. Nikolai Thibault Brignol, a 23-year-old graduate, had a caved-in skull, while 24-year-old Alexander Kolevatov had a deformed neck and was missing his eyebrows. The oldest hiker, Semyon Zolotaryov, and 20-year-old Lyudmila Dubinina had crushed chests with multiple broken ribs. Both were missing their eyes, and Lyudmila's tongue was gone. A criminal investigation at the time blamed their deaths on an overwhelmingly strong yet unknown natural force. But the lack of detail and the secrecy of the Soviet state gave rise to numerous conspiracy theories. Dear viewers, the Dyatlov Pass incident remains one of the most chilling and inexplicable mysteries in modern history. The group's tragic end, marked by fear and unknown forces, continues to haunt the imaginations of those who delve into the story. The combination of real-world settings, deeply personal fears, suspenseful what-if scenarios, a dark and oppressive tone, and the ever-present danger makes this a truly terrifying tale that lingers long after the final page is turned. Even after 6 decades, the cause of their deaths remains unknown, leaving investigators haunted by unanswered questions in the unforgiving embrace of the frozen landscape. The area, known by the Mansi people as Kholat Syakhl, or Dead Mountain, has since been named the Dyatlov Pass. The lack of detail about this shocking event in a deeply secretive state gave rise to numerous conspiracy theories, from clandestine military tests to Yeti attacks. In 2021, Swiss researchers suggested a rare slow-motion avalanche caused the hikers fatal injuries. Despite 3 expeditions solidifying this theory, the incident remains a testament to the silent, deadly force that claimed the lives of these experienced adventurers, leaving the Dyatlov Pass shrouded in a whispering, unsettling truth. So, my dear viewers, as you lay your head down tonight, remember the tale of the Dyatlov Pass. Let it be a reminder that sometimes the most terrifying monsters are not the ones lurking in the shadows, but the ones we cannot see, the ones that exist in the cold, dark recesses of our own minds. Sweet dreams, and don't forget to subscribe.